Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is going to be my video response for LouRok TV, who's having an interesting giveaway in which he's asking you to show a lineup using your rookie cards or rookie cup cards. I found this to be so interesting that, you know me, I like to have fun with my videos. I decided why not have extra fun with it. I decided to do two lineups, a National League and an American League, because in all quite honesty, I had a hard time picking between my rookie cards, and I said, why pick? I'm just gonna go with some of my best guys, AL versus NL style. So in starting things off, I went with probably the best first baseman, which I had the privilege of witnessing, and that is Albert Pujols with his 2001 Topps Chrome card. Albert Pujols is gonna man first here. No slouch at all with his 3 MVPs, 328 average, 445 home runs over 11 years for the National League with the St. Louis Cardinals. Next up, I have second base, the immortal Rogers Hornsby, considered the best second baseman to ever play the game and possibly the best right-handed hitter of all time. This man was amazing. And this is his rookie card. Technically, he has an earlier card, a 1917 Collins McCarthy card, but that card was not nationally distributed, which is why this card is considered his rookie card. Much like the Joe DiMaggio Heads Up card in 1938, he does have an earlier card with the Worldwide Gum in 1936, or with Stan Musial, who has a 1948 Bowman. And he also has a 1946 Propaganda Montiel card, which that one's an earlier card, but wasn't nationally distributed. So this card, fortunately, I have this card in my collection, and I get to put Rogers Hornsby at second base. Rogers Hornsby, how can you argue with a 401 average for a year with 42 home runs, 2 MVPs? There's no disputing his greatness. As shortstop, I have a 2-time MVP for the Cubs, Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub, Mr. Sunshine. One of my favorite rookie cards in the collection. Gotta put him over at short. This man had 4 consecutive years of 40+ home runs and 100+ RBIs. Now next up, I had a quagmire with my third base position. I did have 2 guys in the running, Chipper Jones with his rookie card and Ron Santo. Both were very deserving, but ultimately after digesting the stats, none of them were able to compare to Mike Schmidt, his slugging prowess, 3-time MVP. He had 548 lifetime home runs. Yeah, that nod has to go to Mike Schmidt at third base. Over at catcher, I have to go with one of the best offensive catchers of all time. He has 427 home runs, actually batted .362 in 1997 with a .308 lifetime average, and that's Mr. Mike Piazza, here with his 92 Bowman card. I love this card so much with him and his crouch. Looks appropriate there with this setup. He's much like Tom Brady, drafted so late and became so dominating. And the way that he got drafted it was a favor from Tommy Lasorda to his dad. And the rest was history. Next up, I have another 3-time MVP. This whole lineup's gonna be full of MVP winners. This guy had a lifetime average of .331 and led the league 7 times in average. Can you guess who it is? None other than Stan the Man. And I was just talking about him with his 48 Bowman card. Gotta put him over at right. At center field, I got a 3,000 hit guy, won the MVP in 66 and has 12 gold gloves. So why not have this guy manning center? And appropriately, this is a LouRok video response, so gotta put the man, Roberto Clemente, in there with his 55 rookie card. And over at left field, I gotta put none other than the Home Run King, hammering Hank Aaron with his 54 Topps card. I think that one is self-explanatory. Now, at DH, because we're playing in the American League field, I had to come up with someone that was basically on the outside looking in, but was no slouch at all. And that is this man, Tony Gwynn. I love Tony Gwynn. He was the man when it came to hitting. Drew many comparisons to Ted Williams. So I'll put him here with his DH role. Actually hit for .394 in 1994. This guy was amazing. And he had 56 stolen bases in 1987. So how can you argue with this guy? Now, when it comes to a pitching rotation, I didn't do like a 5-man rotation. What I did was I considered this like if they were a 7-game series and these two teams were pitted against each other. I thought to myself, what 3 pitchers would I want to see pitching for each squad? And I went with 2 4-time Cy Young Award winners. This is Randy Johnson and Greg Maddux, won also 4 Cy Young Awards. And I had to go with Mordecai Three-Finger Brown. This man was amazing, and how could you not want to put this guy with a 2.06 lifetime ERA, and in 1906 actually had an ERA of 1.04. Gotta put Mordecai Brown there. And then with the bullpen, I didn't do a whole bullpen. I just went with like 2 dominant closers, and these are 2 closers I found. Rookie cards in my collection that I went with. I went with one of the more underrated closers that I witnessed, Billy Wagner, with 422 saves. He actually has the highest strikeout ratio, over 800 innings. This guy was dominating. And then after that, I have Bruce Sutter, who was also dominating with 300 saves and actually was 5 times a save leader and won the Cy Young in 1979. And was credited with having one of the most dominating split finger fastballs in all of baseball. So that is my National League team. Let's go over to the American League. First off, Miguel Cabrera, here with his 2000 Topps Traded Chrome rookie card. I mean, there's nothing to say that about Miggy that can't be said. He's a 2-time MVP winner. He has almost 500 home runs. He'll probably get to that point this year. Had a .313 lifetime average and is a Triple Crown winner. So this is a man I'm giving the nod to at first. Second, it was between 2 players. I almost went with Dustin Pedroia. The man I had to give the nod to is this man, Bobby Doerr, with his 1938 heads-up Gaudy card. This man was amazing, considered the best second baseman of his era, had a lifetime average of 288 with more home runs than Pedroia, 223, and more hits with 2,042. And they say he was the best second baseman defensively of that time. So how could you go wrong with Bobby Doerr? At short, I went with my guy, Derek Jeter, with his 93 SP card. 3,465 hits, lifetime average of 310. How could you say no to Derek Jeter? At third, in all honesty, I'm going to say I wanted to go with Wade Boggs, but I do not own a Wade Boggs rookie card because when I witnessed him playing, this guy could hit with the best of them. But I'll let John, Wade Boggs fan, I guess do his lineup, and I'm pretty sure Wade Boggs will be in that one. I also considered this man right here, Adrian Beltray, with his rookie card. He played a phenomenal third base and was no slouch with the bat. But ultimately, I had to give the nod to A-Rod, here with his 1994 Upper Deck SP card. I mean, Three-time MVP winner, 696 home runs. Yes, I am not ignorant to the fact it was steroid aided, and that's the only reason I would have put Wade Boggs there if I would have had his rookie card. But when we're tussling against the National League, we need all the power we could get, and A-Rod is going to provide a lot of that. At catcher, there's only one name I considered, and this was Thurman Munson with his rookie trophy card. Just for the fact that this card is so epic with the action shot, why not? I mean, he did win the MVP in 1976 with a lifetime average of 292. It's not like I was just giving this guy the position out of favoritism. Now, this one was tough. Over at right field, I was going to put this man, Ricky Henderson, and how could you argue against what's considered the best leadoff hitter of all time? But in order to switch things up, I decided to go with someone who was just as good at leadoff. That is this man, Ichiro Suzuki, with his 2001 Gallery rookie card. This is his SP rookie card. It's in Japanese lettering, which is what I find so cool about this rookie card. Plus, it has a nice pic of Ichiro here. And when it comes to Ichiro Suzuki, how can you argue against a 311 lifetime average? 3,089 hits. And he led the league twice with average and was a 2001 MVP. I mean, he wasn't a slouch with stealing bases either. The man stole around 50 bases almost every year. So it's not like it's a big fallback. And when it comes to steals, you're not doing a lot of steals when it comes to this lineup. At center, I'm going to go with only one man that I thought about, and that is the 1999 MVP winner, Ken Griffey Jr. the Kid, with 10 gold gloves and 630 home runs. How could you go wrong with the Kid? And with left field, I had to go with a three-time MVP winner, Triple Crown winner. And when someone requests to see this card, you have to oblige by the giveaway LouRok, who requested it, and I have to oblige. Mickey Mantle with what is not his rookie card. Let's not get it twisted. Rules were bent, and I have to give the people what they want. Mickey Mantle with his 1952 Holy Grail card. And I mean, he's no slouch either. Now at DH, I gotta go with one of my favorite players right now, and that is Mike Trout, three-time MVP winner, do it all. He doesn't have a gold glove, but it doesn't speak for how great his defense is. I'm gonna put him at DH just for the fact that he doesn't own a gold glove, but I could say he's probably better than Mickey Mantle, maybe. I used to hear from stories that Mickey Mantle used to have a cannon, so maybe Mickey Mantle has him beat with the cannon. But over at DH, Mike Trout goes. And when it comes to the three starters that I'm going to pick for the AL, I'm going to start things off with the three-time Cy Young Award winner, Pedro Martinez. Phenomenal pitcher with the Red Sox. And thank God we made him our kid, because we were his daddy when it comes to the Yankees. I'll put him there. Next up, I'm going to go with a unique one, which I haven't seen anyone bring up this card, but I'm going to go with Roy Holliday. I used to love watching Roy Holliday pitch, and when he went with the Phillies, he showed how dominant he was when you surround him with a team that could hit and do a lot of things, play good defense. And not to say he didn't do his thing with Toronto, but Roy Holliday, I think, was an exceptional pitcher I grew up watching play, and unfortunately died early, but I got to put the late, great Roy Holliday in there. And then, I guess to tussle with Mordecai Brown, I got to go with the big train here. The big train, there's nothing left to say about the big train. He had a lifetime average of 2.17. He was a two-time MVP winner and had 417 wins. That was to pit him against Mordecai Brown. And then when it comes to the bullpen, I'm going to go with Dennis Eckersley who was a dominating closer to say the least, won the Cy Young and the MVP in 1992. And of course, I gotta go with Mariano Rivera, the all-time saves leader. And I'm gonna say this, I nicknamed him Unanimo because he's the only unanimous vote winner to get into the Hall of Fame. So that's my bullpen, and now let's see what the lineups are gonna look like. Now for the National League, I'm going to have at leadoff the hit machine, Tony Gwynn. I'm gonna have him lead off, start things off. Batting second, I'm gonna have Rogers Hornsby, who is adept at doing everything. I could quite honestly say that he could be the number 3 hitter, but I like the fact that I could break up a lefty and with a righty. And giving him security is gonna be this man, Stan the Man Musial. How can you argue against Stan the Man with his high average? Batting lefty there. And then batting fourth, cleanup, obviously, it's going to be none other than Hammerin' Hank Aaron. And batting behind Hank, I would probably go with Albert Pujols. And then batting sixth, this one was tough. I think I would go with Roberto Clemente, only for the fact that he has some wheels, just in case you end the inning with like Pujols or Hank Aaron. You got Roberto Clemente, who has some wheels and could kickstart things again with a rally. Batting behind him, I would have Ernie Banks, followed by, this one was tough. I would say maybe Mike Schmidt, but you can't go wrong with going Mike Piazza at the 8-hole, but I'm gonna put him at 9, only because he's a little bit slow-footed. And that would be my 1 through 9 for the American League. All right, now for the American League, I'm going to start things off with, obviously it was gonna be Ichiro. Batting second, obviously number 2, we're gonna go with Derek Jeter. Batting third, we're gonna have the switch hitter, someone that you can't swap out pitches for, Mickey Mantle. Backing him up, I'm gonna go with A-Rod. And then I'm gonna go with a lefty, Ken Griffey Jr. Let's move this up a little. Batting 6 behind Griffey, I'm gonna go with Miguel Cabrera. Backing him up is gonna be Mike Trout. Backing up Trout is gonna be the captain, Thurman Munson. Followed by Bobby Doerr, that he could kickstart some rallies leading off with the 9th if things turn around to him. Now, with this lineup being set, let's go over some matchups, see who you think might have the edge. With leadoff, we're gonna have these 2 guys, and I'm just curious who you think would have the edge between these 2 hit machines. I would probably give it to Ichiro, but maybe you could comment and tell me who you think would have the matchup edge here. Obviously, I think this is an unfair advantage, but Rogers Hornsby, I think, would have the matchup edge here. Then we got the 3-hole hitter. This one, I think, is tough because Musial is the better hitter, has the higher average. But in Mickey Mantle's peak years, this guy dominated. So I think maybe this could be a push or a slight edge to Musial. But if you want some home run pop, I think you'd go with Mantle. In the 4-hole, you got 2 animals, Hank Aaron and A-Rod. I think maybe the edge goes to Hammer and Hank Aaron, only because nothing he did was steroid aided, so I would like to think that would be the edge. Up next, two beasts that I love watching play, Pujols and Griffey, and ironically, both of them, when they changed scenery, and Pujols went to the Angels and Griffey went to Cincinnati, it seems like that was both their kryptonites. But with Griffey in Seattle and Pujols in the Cardinals, like, there were none better. I don't know who you think. I'd say this is like a push here. Batting 7th. I would probably have to give the push here to Miggy, but Roberto Clemente could do it all and turn it on when the light was the brightest. With this one, I probably will give the edge to Trout, but this is a tough one because 4 years in a row in which Ernie Banks hit over 40 home runs and over 100 RBIs, Trout didn't do that. So I would say this is a close one. I think when it comes to power, Schmidt wins this one, but yeah, Thurman Munson was no slouch. And last but not least, we have Bobby Doerr and Mike Piazza. When it comes to offensive prowess, I think Mike Piazza gets the edge with this one. And then you got the pitching rotation. You have these three beasts for the American League, followed by these three beasts for the National League. I don't know. I think this is a tough one because I'll put Pedro against anyone over here. Roy Holliday was no slouch, and we got the big train. But Mordecai Brown was no slouch either. I think this would be an interesting pitching matchup, game in, game out. And then when it comes to the bullpen, battle of the bullpen, I think is no contest. As good as these two relievers were, yeah, it's hard pressed to say you have the advantage against these two. So if the lead is in hand with the American League, I would say it's close to over with these two guys. So basically, that's my video response for LouRok TV. Go check out LouRok TV, sub up, make a giveaway video response. It is so much fun, and good luck to everyone when it comes to winning this giveaway. I hope to win it because I want that Roberto Clemente, in all honesty. I don't own that one, but I know there's probably gonna be a lot of entries, so I don't know. It was fun anyway, just putting this together. Thank you, LouRok, for the idea. This has to go down as probably the best video response idea since I've been making videos. Until then, I'm gonna wish everyone happy hunting when it comes to cards. Be blessed and stay safe, guys. Bye.